I saw T.I. and his son King getting that argument at the Atlanta Falcons game, and that's one that hurt my heart. That hurt my heart because, you know, I've talked the last couple weeks about me and my son's strained relationship, and it's not really getting any better. I'm not going to get into it, but it's not really getting any better right now. I thought when I made the post about him a couple weeks ago, I thought it was a good thing. I thought it was just a good thing. I was telling him I was proud of him and everything. I don't know. I'll just keep that between us. But it hasn't been a great couple weeks, our text correspondence back and forth, for whatever reason. But when I saw T.I. and his son King, it really resonated with me. It reminded me of what I'm going through with my son, just more in private than in public. But I think when T.I. when I really watched the video of T.I. and his son, and you know, T.I., if you know T.I., he's just a great dude. Solid individual. Wife's cool chick too. I don't know her that well, but she's cool. But it's just like, I remember I was watching T.D. Jakes, and there was a clip of him, and he was talking about how as a father and a man, it's impossible to be everything that, quote unquote, the internet and society is trying to tell you need to be. Like, you can't be at home all the time. If you want to give your family the life and the lifestyle that you've always dreamed of, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to be gone. And if you're gone, that means you can't be present all the time. Because if you're present all the time, you're not working. And you can't emotionally be there all the time. It's honestly, as a dad, it's like, it's tough. It's no win sometimes. And he said, you know, when dads bust their ass and they create this amazing life for their family, that's their normal. And a lot of times the family doesn't realize that your dad's miracle is now your children's normal. So when you're saying to them, you don't know what tough is, we sometimes you got to put yourself in the children's shoes and say, okay, what they're going through is what is normal to them. Granted, like T, I'm sure his childhood was much tougher than King's. I know my childhood was much tougher than my son's. As far as like I had an abusive stepfather, and I have no doubt his childhood was tougher than mine. I've heard stories of what my stepdad had to go through as a kid. And I just went, the problem with my stepdad is he never dealt with his demons. He never dealt with the PTSD he probably went through, with everything he went through. So he took it out on me and took it out on other people. But because my stepdad used to always say to me, you don't know what rough is. You don't know what rough is. And when I hear stories about how he was brought up, I go, yeah, yours was definitely rougher than mine. Not that mine was great, but yours was rougher. And I think that's what happened at that Atlanta Falcons game with T.I. and his son King. It was like his T.I. he was having fun with it at first, and then it got serious. It just went left. And I think King got a little embarrassed, and he always kept saying, I'm standing on business. And I think he got a little embarrassed by it all. I don't want to be like this privileged guy. I don't want people to think I was born a silver spoon in my mouth. But, you know, the disrespect, though, that came in, it was just like, man. And this ain't knock on T.I. or anything. It's a different generations of kids. The things I have heard and has been told to me from my own kids, I was like, whoa, that was a lot. And so I just felt it at my core when I was watching T.I. and his son King go at it. I was like, man. But then it reminded me of the T.D. Jakes thing. It's like, King's normal. He doesn't realize that everything T.I. did to give him a better life, he doesn't have anything to compare it to. King, according to him, this just was his normal, everything. So he doesn't know. So I try to see it from both sides of things when things like that happen. It just sucked to play it out in public. And I think King got a little embarrassed. And I think T.I. thought it was all in fun, but then he was like, whoa, I don't know. At one point, the King was like, enough bag. I guess King thought he was getting bagged on a little bit. And it's just this, you know, but I saw T.I. make a post today about it's all business. It's always going to be family. You know, he'll die for his and everything. So that was good to see. But I just think I hate it played out in public. And I hate that now you got people weighing in and they're either taking T.I. side or King side and everything else. I'm just going, we got to stay kind of neutral and see it from both sides. And let's not fan the flames with it. Let's just kind of be like, okay, I see what T.I. was doing, having fun with his son. His son took it personal because he's like, I don't want to be this silver spoon privileged kid, you know. So I try to see it from both sides of things.